ज्ञानतिमिरन्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful example given of how the same sunlight blossoms the lotus and dries the lilies. Similarly, Lord Krishna protects the devotees and punishes the demons. In the same manner, the Acharya comes in this world for two purposes: prema bhaktiyaha hoite, avidya vinasha jati, to destroy the anarthas and the dharmasya glani in this world, and to establish Krishna prema in the hearts of the living entities. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, further this analogy is extended, saying that when the sun disappears, at that time the darkness sets in and the lotuses become closed, and because of the night the thieves and rogues become active, and in this way the whole world is put to ruin and suffering, and the good souls suffer while the bad souls flourish. So this is the unfortunate situation explained there. The night when the sun sets. Similarly, today we are celebrating the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada from this planet. It is like the setting of the sun, and it's a very appropriate example because such a great Acharya never dies. He goes on to another planet or another universe where he continues his preaching mission. But the Shastras say when Acharya comes in this world, he brings order in the human society. When he leaves, there is chaos because of the great loss. And if you want to avoid the chaos, what is to be done? So, what role does Srila Prabhupada play in our lives is very important to think about. Is our Acharya just a picture on the wall in our house? Or is he a picture in the altar just to be bowed down to or worshipped with a flower? Or does he rule our hearts by his words, by his instructions, by his teachings, by his guidance? So this is a very important question. If somebody says, I was attached to some person, but after that person passed away, gradually the attachment faded away and the memories also faded away, out of sight, out of mind, then that is not considered love at all. Because the Vrajabasis saw Krishna leaving Vrindavan at the age of 11 to Mathura. And when Krishna was 125 years old in the Kurukshetra battle, they saw him again in Kurukshetra during the eclipse. But their love never faded, because there is a saying in English, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Actually, absence makes an attached person think more and more about the person whom he is attached to, and the fondness will also grow more and more. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Vishnu gave darshan to Dasiputra, the son of a maidservant, and then immediately vanished. And the boy was miserable because Lord gave him darshan and he vanished. And the Lord told him, Hantasmin janmani bhavan mamam drakshumiharhasi avipakpakashayanam durdarshoham kuyoginam. The Lord said, my dear boy, in this very life you won't be able to see me again. For two reasons, he said. One is, your services are not complete. You have not done enough services, and your heart is not yet fully pure. So, in the same manner, we all can think also, our lack of purity of heart oftentimes makes us callous, insensitive, and not feel any separation from the loss of the Acharya. When we come for yatra also, what concerns are arising in my mind and what things I am callous to. If I see, probably the prasadam should be served on time, That is one very great concern. And the night program, Maharaj should finish on time. So there are many bodily concerns for us. How much do I feel concern regarding Srila Prabhupada's disappearing from this world? How much am I feeling the loss? Imagine you are a big army and you have a commander who is guiding the whole army. If the commander passes away, how much the members of the army will feel a loss? Similarly, if there is a big group of animals which are all actually defended by one leader, and if the leader passes away, then all the animals will go helter-skelter with no shelter. So similarly, Srila Prabhupada was the commander of all Vaishnavas in his times. So do I feel the loss of such a great commander on this particular day, whose lack of presence is creating a great pain in my heart, great loss in my heart. So this is something which is worthy to contemplate. So there's a solution. First of all, not feeling pain is also a disease. Not feeling the loss of the Acharya is also a disease. Just like Devahuti was saying to her husband, although I got a great spiritual husband, still I utilized him for my own sense gratification by asking him to produce some very great, flying palace and such kinds of things. I did not take spiritual advantage, I took material advantage. So this is the first lamentation of a disciple. Although my spiritual master is so exalted, I used him only for my material purposes. I didn't use him, I didn't take shelter of him for advancing spiritually. And when Acharya disappears from the planet, then one should think, alas, he came, he lived, now he disappeared. What a great loss. In millions of years, one person may appear like this Acharya, who is extremely rare. So even if one is a direct disciple of Prabhupada, or one is a grand disciple like all of us are grand disciples of Prabhupada, one should actually feel the loss of the great Acharya who has appeared and disappeared from the planet. So when we can feel that loss, subsequently, just like the Narada boy was feeling loss when Lord disappeared, so he understood, I have to purify my heart. Actually, he was already pure. Srila Chakravarti Thakur says he was already pure, but his purity was only infant prema. Lord wanted to make his infant prema into adult prema, which means our love for Prabhupada is now like a small spark, but that spark can be grown into a flagrant fire in our heart. And you may ask a question, why should we grow the attachment to Srila Prabhupada? Because Krishna cannot be accessed directly. He has to be accessed through his pure devotees. If we develop attachment to a pure devotee like our Acharya Srila Prabhupada and to our spiritual master, that attachment will bring us to Krishna's lotus feet very quickly. Sayeva sadhushu kruto mokshadvaram apavrita. And this fact is proven in the Shastras over and over again. Lord Narasimha asked Prahalad, Prahalad, what benediction do you want? Immediately Prahalad spelled out without a hesitation. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kupe kamapi kamamaniya prapatan prasangat kritvatpasat swara rishina bhagavan grihita soham katam navisrije tavabritya sevam. So Prahalad said, my dear Lord, I was fallen in a pit of snakes and scorpions, and I was associating with all kinds of demons. But my spiritual master Narada picked me up and placed me at your lotus feet and made me just like himself. He made me into a devotee. So Prahalad said, what can I ask you today except service to my spiritual master? So when he was looking at Lord Narasimha, he was remembering his guru. When Srila Prabhupada was looking at the Western world, he was remembering his spiritual master. So you will see that great souls gratefully remember the Acharya and the spiritual master who has contributed to the spiritual advancement in our lives. So in this way, many examples could be presented to show this fact that if we develop gratitude and appreciation, thankfulness for all the benefits that we have received from the Acharya, then we will feel separation for him. And that spark of separation can actually become more and more increased by fond remembrance of his teachings, of his instructions, of his activities, his pastimes with different devotees. It is not just an emotional ecstasy. It is not just some some kind of fond remembrance that passes through our mind for a while, producing some tears in our eyes. It has to be converted into persistent and unstoppable determination and practical action. Then we can say that our love is a tangible love. Otherwise, it is only a fictitious love or an imaginative ecstasy. So, one of the ways that Shastra suggests how such remembrance can be aroused and how such remembrance can be expanded and how such remembrance can purify our hearts and elevates us and send us back to Godhead is by paying attention to the sound vibration, which is Vani. Out of the Vapu and Vani, the Vani is given more importance than Vapu also. Vapu is bodily association of the spiritual master or Acharya, but Vani is his instruction. And now some very good, very intelligent devotee has produced Prabhupada's complete collection of all his audio recordings in a small machine format. Anybody can press a button and hear any particular number lecture you want to hear. By hearing Srila Prabhupada's lectures, we can protect our consciousness and we can also know how to speak the philosophy and not bluff. I went to Govardhan Eco Village for a couple of years training in Srimad Bhagavatam, and somebody asked me, why are you going after so many years you have stayed in the movement? Why do you need the training? I said, I want to improve the quality of my sound vibration. Otherwise, I can bluff anything and I can waste the time of so many people. So, therefore, if we want to protect ourselves from Maya and if we want to protect the world from our bad association, then we have to improve the quality of our sound vibration, which is actually possible by hearing the sound vibration of Srila Prabhupada regularly. So, on this particular day, I pray that Prabhupada has given so many gifts to the world when he appeared on this planet in such a very short span of time. And the greatest gift he has given all of us is our own spiritual master, whom Prabhupada has left behind in order to escort us like a captain of our boats to take us back to Godhead. So we offer our extreme gratitude and thankfulness to Srila Prabhupada, even in his ripe old age, not minding his health and convenience. He set out on a very dangerous voyage in a Jaladuta to the west and spread it all across the globe. His Holiness Satsubhadas Maharaj writes in one of his articles that like a second Garuda, Prabhupada roamed to all the 7 continents, and only then, after expanding Krishna consciousness all over the world, he came to Vrindavan and lied down on his bed. Like that he writes. So, he says Prabhupada is like a second Garuda, he says. So, it is so thrilling and so inspiring to study about the life of Prabhupada, his teachings, and his determination, and his service to his spiritual master. And he was leading all the Vaishnavas by his own wonderful example. So let us remember him, relish the memories and his teachings. And by that sound vibration, as Prabhupada himself said, the spiritual master lives in his sound vibration and the follower lives with him. So let us hold this sound vibration of the Acharya in our hearts and let that become our guiding light in our lives. Hare Krishna. Shri Prabhupada ki.
RG Media YouTube channel. Like, share, subscribe.